Yeah, it looks like we got a little bit of rain last night. It's been kind of raining off and on for the last couple days. Captain Furball. But there's our culprit right over there. So today is March 6th. We're exactly 5 years after I initially did this test. It's cold out here. So let's grab this thing and take it inside where we can get a closer look at it. Well, lots changed in the last 5 years. What was going on March 6th, 2020? Feels like the world's a lot different now. I got a new hot tub. I refinished my deck. I got a Traeger. Hey, and now t-shirts are available. But this hunk of metal that I did this test on, shaken versus stirred, POR-15, top-coated, not top-coated, has been sitting out on my deck for the last 5 years in Central Oregon weather, which is snow. We've had a few snowstorms. They've been pretty mild the last couple years, though. Yeah, it's definitely snowing. And some rain, mostly sunshine, because of Central Oregon. But if you recall from the original video that I did on this thing where I let it sit out for a whole entire year, there was a little bit of controversy over whether or not POR-15 can be shaken or it just needs to be stirred, and if top coating actually matters. If you haven't seen that first video, I'll put a link to it up here so you can go check that out. See how the process was done. I followed the instructions to a T, other than the shaking part. As far as the top coat goes, according to the instructions, top coating only prevents UV fading. It doesn't affect the performance of POR-15. Top coating does make it work better, but top coating really will help any rust encapsulator. Doesn't really matter which one you use. If you put a good top coat over it and your metal underneath is good, it's gonna seal it a lot better. I mean, that's just science. But let's take a closer look. And here's the challenge. Leave a comment down below, left side or right side, which you think looks better. And do it before we reveal which side is shaken, which side is stirred. So I just used this cheap yellow spray-on paint. I didn't do any kind of clear coat or anything over the top of it. And it looks like, compared to when it was new, the yellow paint obviously is faded. It's not quite as shiny as it used to be. But there's not really any rust poking through on either side. As you can see on both sides, right on the edges here, that cheap yellow paint is having a hard time holding on because it's chipped off both the left side and the right side. If you look at the non-top coated part, it looks pretty similar. Both sides, left and right, look about exactly the same. You can see rust poking through. Neither one of them is shiny. They're both dull. Here on the back side of it, it does look like it's a little bit thicker. Maybe the left side has a little bit more still on it. Maybe the right side's worn down a little bit more. I don't know. But as far as I can tell, and again, this is super subjective, but they both look pretty similar. They both look like they've both failed. They both look like top coat has helped and rust isn't really poking through. As far as thickness, they both look like they're about the same thickness. The non-top coated stuff, it looks like it is poking through evenly on both sides. So it's hard to pick a clear winner. So now let's reveal which side is shaken and which side is stirred. And before I do, be sure you leave your comment, no cheating. So the left side is stirred and the right side is shaken. Now if we look at these bottom edges down here, they do kind of look pretty similar. I guess you could say probably the stirred side is a little bit thicker. So maybe that's a little bit of an edge. But regardless, they both look pretty much the same to me. So does shaking POR-15 affect it? Maybe. I don't know that it affects it so much to where everybody's saying it completely causes it to fail, because it looks pretty similar to stirring to me. Fur balls everywhere. But POR-15 is a great product. It does actually work. There's a lot of steps involved in making it work. So if you want to spend your money on that, by all means, great. Then if you don't want to spend your money on POR-15 and you want to buy something cheaper, I've got another video for that, testing all kinds of rust encapsulators up here. As for me, I got to get back to work because there's a car under here somewhere. I'm gonna put this bar back out on my deck and let it sit for the next 5 years. So make sure you check back in 2030. Maybe we'll have flying cars by then. That's gonna do it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. If this helped you out at all, make sure you hit that like button down below. Consider subscribing so you can follow along. Get yourself a t-shirt over here, and I'll see you on the next one.